hanging with you, and then I realized I didn't think it was true.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys everything you may want to know about how to make it into the dance team in high school, what happens once you're in a team, what you're signing up for, everything that will go on once you make it, and all the advice I can possibly give you and answer some questions that you guys actually asked me. I hope you all enjoy this video. I'm making it because I know a lot of you guys saw my video that showed y'all us competing. So don't forget to subscribe and let's just get into it. So the first thing about a dance team is the audition process. You're gonna get your own personal little packet of things that you have to fill out. Write a whole paragraph about why you want to be in the team, what made you decide to be in it. It tells you all the responsibilities. I am personally in a dance team / drill team in Texas, and it is a little bit different from the rest of America because we have a thing called drill team, which is very particular to Texas. It's very Texan. Even the outfits we wear is Texan. Basically, we're in football season. We go and we have little pom-poms. Most of us have very Texan looking outfits with a little hat and the boots and everything, and it's really cute season and it's very fun. In my dance team, we're both a drill team for one semester and a competitive dance team. So our level of difficulty to get into is a little higher than other schools who don't compete or maybe are not as competitive as ours. Make sure you do your homework and you actually figure out if they're competitive or if they're not. And if they are, you want to make sure to have all the technique that you possibly want. To audition for each team, you're going to be required to have a list of skills that you will have to show a judge in your audition, likely with a choreography and across a floor in which you'll basically be dancing and doing and trying to show off the technique that you're able to do and your ability to perform. So if I can tell you anything that I can really recommend to you, it's just get in those classes. There's a lot of places that offer drill team prep classes. Many studios just have drop-in classes, so you don't even have to be registered for a class. You just kind of show up. I would really recommend that you go and you ask the directors of your team what skills you should be prepared for to be able to audition and do good, and then that way you can go take classes and take advantage of those and make sure you're actually getting that practice down, because if you don't have those, there's not anything you can really do the week of auditions. In my personal experience, I actually took privates before I auditioned on freshman year to be in my high school dance team. I'm gonna provide you guys with a little list of skills. Basically, they all use it, so I would recommend you guys to get started on those if you're looking forward to auditioning for your own school team. Double or triple pirouette are important. Right leaps, left leaps too. I'd recommend also to work on your calypsos. Turn and center, which is high chaîné, low chaîné into a open. It can be quite challenging if you're not in classes regularly and you haven't done this and it's just the first time you see it as an audition. I don't recommend that, so definitely work on that. Some teams definitely do have illusions in a lot of the choreography. Palm is something really important depending on where you're from. If you're in Texas, I would really recommend just pro style kind of thing. It's not really pro style, but it's just palm and you have to get used to it. It's usually part of our choreography and it depends on every team, but those are just things I would really recommend you guys to work on if you are planning on auditioning soon. When you're in the dance clinic, when you're actually in that week of audition and you're learning your dances, take as much advantage of those days of clinic that you get. The girls are there to help you. Whoever's teaching your choreography, don't be scared to ask questions. They're officers. They're used to that people need help in answering questions. There's also always going to be some girls that are already on the team and have to try out again there, so don't be shy. Just go ask them if you are just confused over anything. There's a lot of girls in my team that just stay after the clinic ends so they can help the new girls that they see that are auditioning, just so they can help them. Okay, if there's one thing about the audition process that my director always tells us is don't quit on the day of the audition. You've been putting yourself through this entire week of work. You've already, put in so much effort for it, and you're not even going to go all the way to see if you can make it. That's just telling yourself and letting yourself down. You should just go the whole way because you've worked for it, and whether you make it or not is not always on our end as dancers. Our director has no say, just the judges that are there. If you have a question over how we're scored during auditions, depends on every team, but what I've seen the most is we have a little sheet. It says the different areas we're going to be scored on. So it's like technique, extensions, flexibility, performance quality, blah, blah, blah. And it depends on every team, so make sure you ask your director exactly how you're being scored so you can be aware of how you're gonna play with the numbers depending on your ability to dance. The next step, once you're actually in the team, is, well, there's a lot, at least in Texas, for what we do in our team. So many things involving like how everybody fits together. There's a thing called seniority, but we enforce it in a very nice way. Our team, it's very important for us to be united, and yes, seniority is a thing, but we treat each other with kindness. We never make it a thing of like, ooh, you're younger or something like that, you know? And that's really nice about my team. So something really fun, and people get really confused about this because they randomly say words like baby, old girls, or lineman, and they'll be like, what? And so they're all words we use. Every team has a different name for these. First year in the team, we call them babies. Other people call them rookies. Girls who have 2 years or more in the team, old girls, to that sort of thing. We do have some positions of leadership in our team, from the social committee all the way to the officers. And the social committee is one section of leaders whose goal is mainly to, you know, lift up the spirit of the team. They work a lot of like the behind the scenes things, like work on setting up events. The officers are the other side of the leadership, which is they are, you know, they're helping choreograph, helping keep everybody together while we're dancing. They answer questions about anything. Well, during technique time and across the floor, they are giving us corrections. I actually have the honor to be a historian this year, which is part of the social committee, and I'm very excited to be a leader this coming year. And it's just really exciting, and I think it's a wonderful experience. And if you get to be in it, just enjoy it. The girls in my group specifically, we are so close. We are so sweet to each other. There's never anything other than the feeling of being in a family and being encouraging towards each other, and I will forever be thankful that I got to be a part of it. My specific team, the fall semester, we do football season. As football season ends, we are learning contest dances. We are all doing solos. I did a solo this past year. It was very, very fun. I grew so much as a dancer. Contest season is more stressful. You're going to be learning more challenging things. Some people are not going to be in every dance. It's how it is, and it's a competition, but it's not a bad competition. After we're done with contest, we have a spring show, which is the best season. But I'm so sad that I did not get to experience it this year because of Corona, but things happen. That's just how it is. I hope this gave you like an overall look of what being in a dance team is like, what the process looks like. And as time goes on, I'm gonna tell you, like, you grow as a dancer, you grow as a person, like the commitment, the time, everything for it. I've definitely had the best experience in that team, and it's made me grow so much as a person and like make me even more responsible than I was before. You know, you have to be aware of your grades, you have to be aware of everything. Behave, how your grades reflect the team, absolutely everything is looked upon. And now I'm gonna go ahead and answer all of your questions that I got asked on Instagram about the dance team. One that actually came up a lot of times was, how much do you practice? Like, what does practice look like? We practice every day. In football season, we practice until 4:30. 2 days a week we have tutorial days where we take a 1-hour break after school and then come back and still finish like 30 minutes after we would have finished if we didn't have the break. And during contest season, we actually practice a lot more. We will go all the way to 5. It depends on every year. This year, we were all working really hard, so we only went to 5, max 5:30 every day, for sure. We do not just get to skip practice. It is not something optional like in some sports. People a lot of the time can get away with just not showing up to practice and just coming up with an excuse. We have 2 excused absences per semester, and once we exceed those, and if we have an unexcused absence, we're going to be given demerits. Pretty much it's that. You get a little tally on like a little book with your name on it, and the idea is to not have any demerits. I didn't have any demerits this year. Like I said before, drill team is a lot of being responsible and accountable for what you are responsible for. Drill team time is actually something that I enforce a lot, which means if we are told to be somewhere at 5:30, we should all be already in the gym or wherever we were supposed to be at 5:20. That would be on time. 5:30 would be late. But yes, to sum that up, practice a lot of the time. A lot of the time. But it's worth it if you like really enjoy it. I got another question, and it says, how often is training during the summer? that is something else. We do practice during the summer. I haven't started yet. We tend to start at the end of July, so we will start either mid-July or ending of July and go all the way to school. That's when we will go to camp, where we will learn all of our football dances. We practice outside because obviously if we're going to be performing in football games, we have to get used to the heat, and the tan lines are going to be there, and they're going to last you an entire semester, and that is something you just have to accept. So somebody else asked, is contest season or football season, which one is more challenging, both time-wise and difficulty-wise? Contest season all the way is going to be the most difficult time-wise and difficulty-wise, because you're competing. This is not like an entertainment thing. Football dances, everybody's in there. Contest, not every girl's going to be in every single dance. You're practicing about an hour and a half or so more every day. We're having competition on Saturdays, from like being in school at like 5 in the morning, traveling to the place, competing the entire day, and being back home by like 11 to midnight. So that's very time consuming, and it is probably the most challenging season, most draining season that you're gonna have in a dance team, but I think it's worth it because it really just pushes you to grow, because your choreography is much harder and challenging, so you're having to master more things because everybody has to look the same in order to win. And so if you're in a team that everybody has this drive to win, you're going to be working harder, and that's just the way dance works. How would you say your high school experience had changed since being on the team? Personally, I think I got to meet a lot of amazing girls. I think it's a safe place, and that's how we all think of the dance gym. It's like our second home, because we spent so much time with these people and our directors that there's like, they know everything about us. And if something changed in my high school experience as I got into the team, was just meeting great girls that I can count on, a director that cares for us so much, and learning to be more responsible and managing your time better, because it's not always going to be easy, but you learn a lot about responsibility when you're in the team. This was actually one of my friends, she's an officer in the team. She said, is it scary? It's so scary. No, it's not scary. It's really fun. You're gonna enjoy it. And everything I can tell you for today, and I feel like I've rambled on for so long, and this is gonna be such a long video, and I hope you guys don't think I'm boring. I just really love being in the team and dancing in it. So that is everything I have for you guys today about being in a dance team and or drill team, and how to get into it. All my advice I could possibly give you, all the information you may want to know. I hope that it helped you guys. If it did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below, because I need you to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.
I was hanging with you, and then I realized I didn't think it was true.